Hey, it's Terry Bontham, you guys. Hey, welcome again. Hey, here we are on hedge fund number 3, bulk portfolio, buying from the banks in bulk. Let me tell you, this one is going to be exciting because I can remember back as I was typing in the information for the presentation, just remembering back exactly where I was at when all these things started to happen to me. But anyway, I'm so excited. The reason why is because this company gave me $28 million of proof of fund to go out and find product, to go out and find non-performing notes, distressed assets, and REOs from banks. And I'll tell you what, that was a very crucial time in my investing career when I was looking for these portfolios, and it really got me to the next level. This hedge fund had purchased over $43 million of unpaid principal balances of defaulted notes. Man, that was a track record. I'm going to tell you guys how I took the proof of funds and the track record, and man, I was dealing directly with bank presidents, vice presidents, CFOs, asset managers. I was trying to reach the top of the top of the top of the bank when I got this information. Again, this was definitely the most exciting time for me as far as working on bulk packages. So let's go ahead and jump right into it because, again, this was going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. You know, when I started out in the business, pretty much everyone that I talked to wanted to see a proof of funds in order for me to see a tape. And it was kind of like a quandary because the hedge fund wanted to see a product before they would show the proof of funds. So it was kind of like a battle, and you may be going through this now if you're looking for tapes. All I can say is just keep trying, and hopefully you'll get some breakthroughs. But I'm going to show you what happened to me to kind of change this whole perspective. Actually, I met this hedge fund. I was teaching a real estate seminar up in San Francisco, and it was on defaulted notes, and someone in the audience walked up to me and says, hey, you know what, you need to give this guy a call right here. I think they can help you with what you're doing. So, you know, that was no problem for me to get on the phone. I gave him a call, and I told him what I do. I said, hey, look, you know, I've been buying notes since 2001. I've been working with foreclosures since 1999. I know the business. I bought all across the United States. One of my strategies was to help homeowners in foreclosures keep their home, modify their loans. And I asked him what he does. He said, well, you know, our company buys bulk portfolios from banks. I said, great. I says, you know, I mean, I've been doing that. How about if I, you know, look for some packages and pass them on to you for a fee? Guy says, great. So we hit it off right then and there, and I was off and running. Like I said, he told me he buys in bulks, and they're always looking for products. So it was kind of perfect timing for both of us. I found a few tapes when I was working with this company, but nothing major. It was kind of like, you know, it seemed like time went by so fast, but I couldn't get much. And then I happened to land one package, and I got the buyer, the hedge fund on the phone, and I had the seller on the phone, and they had some pretty good conversation. Nothing came from that deal. I don't think the hedge fund wanted to offer maybe as much as they were asking. I don't know what it was exactly, but the deal didn't get done. But one thing that did come from that was that the hedge fund realized that I had some good skills as far as communication, as far as finding products. So one thing led to another, and what happened was the hedge fund gave me a company history. So they said, Terry, you know what, maybe, you know, you can give them a company history, and that will help you get through more doors. And man, did it help me get through doors, okay? And what it showed on that company history was the hedge fund's previous purchases, and I'm going to share that with you guys. Again, I use their company history to leverage more deals with banks and financial institutions than I had ever worked with before, just because, again, I had that company history. Let's show you what happened here. All the purchases that this hedge fund had purchased as far as bulk portfolios, and these are all going to be unpaid principal balances. Now, I could have gave the bank's name, the financial institution, but, you know, again, this is all private information that, you know, I just want to share with you guys instead of, you know, getting too much information out. So in 2008, they had purchased $2 million from a private seller. And again, 2008, they purchased another $1 million from a private seller. They purchased $750,000 from a bank. That same year again, they did $250,000 with a bank. They purchased $140,000 from a bank. Then in 2009, they purchased $240,000 from a bank. Then they purchased $2 million worth of unpaid principal balances. Then it was $11 million worth of unpaid principal balances from a bank. Then they did $3 million. See, guys, this is what got me excited is when I got this history, it had all this information on there. So all I did was show it to the right person. Boom, I was in. Now there's still more. In 2009, they purchased $15 million from another bank. Then in 2010, $8 million from a bank. $250,000 from a bank. And don't worry about that hedge fund purchase schedule. It's a mistake. But over $43 million that these guys had purchased. Now, can you imagine me going to a bank, calling a bank, walking into a bank and saying, look, my company that I'm working with has purchased over $43 million of assets, defaulted notes in the last few years. Boy, that gets you to the right person. But that's not all. Let me share you more with you guys. Here's the hedge fund's purchasing schedule for 2010 when I was working with them. Now, for the second quarter, they wanted to purchase $15 to $30 million in unpaid principal balances on residential acquisitions per month. In the third quarter, they were trying to purchase $20 million to $30 million, again, in unpaid principal balances. Then the fourth quarter, they were trying to purchase $30 million to $50 million in unpaid residential notes per month. Now, again, this doesn't even compare to, again, hedge fund number one, who, again, is purchasing $100 million to $300 million a month, and they've got an 11-month track record. But, again, it's pretty impressive when these hedge funds are buying big bulk packages. Let me tell you about the proof of funds that they gave me. They gave me a proof of funds from one bank that was $11 million. Another bank had $1.6 million. They gave me $5 million on another bank, and then $10.5 million of proof of funds to try to find that product they were looking for in that second, third, and fourth quarter of 2010. They gave me over $28 million, you guys, to look for properties. Oh, man, me and my students were having a ball because I used them also, and I told them what we're doing, and they leveraged the $28 million. So we were just talking to banks galore. Now, the last time I talked to this hedge fund, they had just taken down a package, a $50 million package from the FDIC. So they were pretty busy. They had stopped a lot of the funding. They didn't really need to go out and purchase any notes because that $50 million package had quite a few loans on it. So, that was pretty exciting, you guys. Again, I can't begin to tell you how excited I was once I got that information from that hedge fund. And that's pretty much does it for this presentation. Hopefully, I've been able to share with you guys a lot about buying in bulk. And I got one more hedge fund that I've worked with, and I'm going to put that information up. So again, hopefully I'm sharing a lot of information with you guys that is valuable. I hope you see that, the content, again, is just incredible. Now, the reason I say it's worth $25,000 is simply because I've worked for, again, the gurus, some of the big name gurus, and, they didn't have the marketing they didn't have. They didn't have the bulk package. They didn't have the note package. And so their package was worth 25, so I know my package is worth 25. There's more details to this, but I'm just touching the surface so that you guys can, test the waters. I want you to, just try my program out. Try it, see if it works for you. And if it resonates with you, then you might want to become one of my students full time, and me and you can work one-on-one and really get you, going in the direction that you would like to go as far as notes, bulk portfolio. So, hey, this is Terry Bontips. Again, this has been a real pleasure. I'm excited to be working with you, and I look forward to that next lesson plan. So everybody take care, and we'll see you next time.